Well, hey, good morning, kiddos. It's I, your old buddy, Grandpa Peter Coyote, coming to you again from Crestone, Colorado, in the United States of America, on the planet called Mother Earth. You know, floating around out here, making orbits and spirals and, traveling through the universe at high rates of speed and just having a great time. Though you'd never know we was traveling at high rates of speed, 'cause here we sit, still as a mouse, and doesn't seem like we're moving at all. Well, that's the Christmas story I've come to tell you here. Since we're approaching Christmas, it's the dark of the moon, and it's a little difficult time. Well, I just thought it'd be a good time to tell a little Christmas story about what's near and far from here, what's truth and what's kind of a fable, but a well-placed and a well-intentioned fable. So we're walking along on this journey, and it seems like we're sitting still even though we're moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. And where we feel the movement is inside, Ah, wow. And sometimes it can be pretty impacting, especially in times of dark of the moon, for some reason or another, when we're denied our sunlight. We begin to wither away a bit and become more sensitive to dark things, dark energy, more susceptible to them in a way. Yet the minute that little teeny bit of sunlight peeks back at us in the new moon, everything starts to get better. And by the time the full moon rolls around, baby, we are walking through tall cotton, and ain't nobody can see us unless we want to be seen. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing. You have to go through moments of compression in order to know expansion. It's just the way things work. Rather strange indeed it is. But we're entering some pretty phenomenal times. These are times of change that have long since been predicted by many of the mystics and prophets and poets of the past, and pulled along by a few future ones as well. Isn't anybody sitting still even when it seems like we are? There's a lot of activity going on now, and with the coming of this next full moon, we'll be making some history, because we're going to be unraveling a mystery that's been hanging around in the background for a long time, but hasn't been spoken of much until recent years, when, revelation started happening and things started to appear here that didn't seem like they'd been here before, and so on and so forth. In other words, quite a number of years ago, the veil started falling from our eyes, and we began to see not just what's in the skies, but on the earth as well. A lot of strange anomalies, a lot of unusual happenings. So, as this full moon progresses into being, the one that starts on Christmas Eve, I think, that's the new moon. And from there into its fullness, you're going to feel some energies really shifting. There's some change in the offing. And so by the time it blossoms full, you're going to see a whole lot more than what you've been seeing before. It's time, kids, to open up our heart and receive the gift that we've been given. That is the ability to return to a full conscious state, a fully conscious state, where we're aware of everything and everybody and all that is. In this subdued sort of way, this inside sort of way, what some people would call subliminal or subconscious, it already exists. We're feeling everything that everybody ever went into in a single moment. It's already there. And this is what you start becoming conscious of when darker moments come upon you. You're feeling the pain of the earth, the experience of all these many lives, so long with that pain, as we've often spoken of, the ecstasy, the joy of going through it. So now, as this new moon dawns, this is our Christmas gift coming to life. We begin to see increasingly with each passing day, each passing moment, a little more of what heretofore has been unseen. And you will see this manifesting in your lives as well as many others. And it's going to lead to a more truthful state of being, which is going to be a little difficult for a lot of folks, because there's been a lot of dark, ugly stuff transpire here, and a lot of people have tried to put us away and lay us to rest and do away with us all, because they felt like they were the only beings that deserved to live. Well, those plans are backfiring now. And all this nastiness they're putting in the air around us, all these beams and electromagnetic waves and so forth, that's been cast upon the human race just as a mass, these things will be turning around and going back towards those that sent them in the first place. And then they'll just cease to be, because they're no longer needed or necessary, and none of this exotic weaponry is. That's what it is. It's weaponry, folks. Beaming down on us from the skies above and from the earth below. You know, they got these little harp things all over the place. We don't need to go into all of that. And you don't need to believe it for a minute. But just know that the reason you're going to begin to see much more than you saw before. Colloquial words, I love them. Is because we're dismantling the weaponry that's been used against the mass of humanity by humans, supposed humans. And as these things turn off, you will begin to see a more enlightened view. And if certain beings don't cease and desist in their aggravating interference here, that is, trying to stop the process, well, we're just going to turn everything off. And then the people will see, and see you plainly. No place to run, no place to hide. So I would suggest that, you get with the program and just relax. And let this thing flow in. You've had your fun. You've had your fill of it too. You don't need to go another step further. Just admit in yourselves, you dark ones, that it's over. And go away and hide as best you can until the people are willing to forgive you. But listen, there's no place to hide. That's just a little side message to some of our friends there in the great beyond who, gosh, need to hear it. And they will, because they always do. The moments these kinds of words are spoken, it creates a vibration that touches them immediately. They feel it. And so do you, really. Everybody does. Because We're one and the same in a lot of ways, even though we have our individual characteristics that makes us unique, just like each snowflake is. And each leaf on a tree and every flower in the garden has its personality, it has its place, its oneness. But in that oneness, in that personality, is the oneness of all. So we're just one particular aspect of it. And each of us in our own right, quite beautiful. No matter how ugly we've tried to make ourselves appear. You know, humans are dynamos, man. We rock. It amazes the rest of our universe. And I mean, they're all watching. And it amazes them. Our willingness to endure. How far we've gone with this. Babies, we got some fans out there. And it's a really cool thing. And I'm glad to see it. I really am. So, what I'm saying to all of us is it's time to open your heart to receive this that's coming to you, this gift, this great awakening, this awareness of truth. And after this, ain't anybody going to be telling you any lies. Those days are over. And the sad part is, ain't any of us going to be able to be telling lies either. Truth is seen and known immediately. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful way. So what I'm telling you is, babies, hang on. Tune in, communicate, meditate. Be inside. Be in your heart. Be opening. Pray if you must. Be ready. Be willing to be shown something far beyond what you've ever known. This comes from the heart of the people, the human race. Not anywhere else. We're the instigators. We've made this choice in a subliminal way, in a heartfelt way. We've already accepted and agreed to it. So now the changes are coming. They'll be falling into place. And when it happens, it's going to seem beautiful and natural to you, even if it is quite upsetting at times. Because it's something you know. It's something you already see. It's something you're already aware of. Only you don't know it yet. Traveling 1 billion miles an hour while sitting still. Baby, you're so hot. We are so hot. Humanity rocks, baby. And it's time to tell the truth to one another. To try and speak of it. Because words aren't truth. They're just energy, an expression, a form. Truth is what lies beyond those words. Truth is what you see, feel, know, and come to trust, because you understand now. The mystery's no longer hidden from you. Baby, all this cruel craftiness in this world is coming unraveled as this truthful moment comes. Peace, love, understanding, healing of the deepest wounds imaginable, those that every human feels in their heart. Done. Fini, accompli, do, finish, over with. It's the new beginning. It's the big turn in the trail. But just another step forward. Babies, we've earned this. Let no one stand in the way. We rock because we've survived it all. And to tell the truth, nuclear war has been here before, and it ain't never going to happen again. Ever. These ways of war are finished. When you see, when you know, when you understand, you'll see beyond the need to fight and disagree any longer. Baby, it's only the beginning, but yes, it's peace on earth. That power is at hand. It's within your hands. These lovely little instruments we have to convey feeling and sharing, and to do our little bit of work here. Namaste, everyone. Blessed be. And so it is. And so it shall be. Because it already is. I love you, you rock. Ho, ho, ho.